like the Iron Man. He plans things and thinks them out carefully, examining, inquiring. He has that inquiring mind. He is the person who tells everybody else what to do, the best leader, talks through issues with reporters, and is a fine student in Tara's classes. Thank you very much. Okay, our next nominee or honoree is Lakeisha Carmen. Professor Story says that Lakeisha is a talented and aspiring film and television writer and producer and director. And so I hope, Lakeisha, when you get your Academy Award or your Emmy or whatever other, that you will take Professor Story with you to the award ceremony. You're a future screenwriter.
The best ever.
Jermaine Davis. At first I thought he was from the East Coast, but he was a New England person because his nickname is Maine, but it stands for Jermaine, and that's how he is known. He is the radio station manager, program director. He has a day-to-day radio station operations under his belt. He writes for the college newspaper, and he wants to be a radio talk show host. So I think he's our next Dr. Phil, or one of those. Anthony Henry is not present, but we will make sure that he gets his award. Richard Reyes is our next. Richard is our sports professional. He is the person who does play-by-plays and has a sports broadcast. And you can hear him anytime you can get a Delta game on streaming radio. Is that how you do it? And so you'll hear Richard. He's going to be a sports reporter, I can tell, and when he is, I want you to make sure that you get us good seats, Richard. Yeah. All sporting events, all seats, third base, if you can.
That's no problem.
All right, thanks. Everybody heard that. Christopher Short. Christopher is a radio broadcaster on a college station. He's a music recording artist and a video movie producer. You're just lucky, Christopher, we're not making you sing here. He's a star of his own full-length movie production. He is producing highly creative and truly outstanding videos and audio programs. We are really honored to be in the same room with someone so creative. And I hope that you will think of me the next time you need a leading lady or anything. Okay. Our next professor who is nominating is Melanie Marshall and Bonnie Ruth Scott. The two of them are nominating James Yap. James, the world star. He uses a variety of art forms to create in the Arts and Communications Division. He has an ability to motivate and encourage other students to accomplish their goals and objectives. We could use him from day to day around here, I'm sure. Computer graphics and visuals in his forte. James, we're really proud of you. Thank you for being here. Dr. Marcos Contreras. Wei Bai is an international student from China. He plans to take transfer-level courses and transfer to UC Berkeley. He wants to become an environmental engineer. Ana Rosa Bersenio. We always love to see people following in footsteps that we will sometimes leave, that we can trust our students to be somebody mature, who is an example to her family, coming back to school and studying after she has raised her family. She's a fine example of the re-entry students who come to Delta. Ying Jian Khan. Wen Jian immigrated to the United States from China with his family, but his family left to go back to China. So I am asking for somebody to invite him for dinner occasionally, or to bring him some hot food, because it must be difficult for a student on his own in a different foreign country to be able to do school and to do well at keeping his life together. He wants to be a material science engineer, so he wants to transfer to UC Davis. Dr. Jane Dominic is not here, but she is honoring Jeanette Reyes. She apologized to Jeanette because she sent in her picture, but it didn't get in here. So Jeanette is a returning student, and she's chosen to submit 2 essays for 1 assignment to show that is the integrity and the dedication and the desire to do well in everything that she does. She has an eye for detail, and we think that this is someone who can do it all, and she shows us up, and I'm embarrassed that I cannot do half the things she does. Jeanette, congratulations for being an outstanding student. Nadja Skripsak. Nadja has an enthusiasm for education that is contagious. Her presence in my classroom changes the mood and atmosphere every day that she is there. She is an example to the other students, showing the joy of learning and discovery. She produces outstanding work, but she is just a joy to be around. She has a bubbly pensiveness. That is a phrase I'm quoting and using on her originally. Bubbly pensiveness. She's thoughtful. She's a divergent thinker, and she's a lot of fun to have in class. Nadja, thank you for all that you've done for us. The other student I nominated, Roshan Sanad, could not be here because his father is having surgery, and he opted to be with his dad tonight. Our next nominator is Peggy Rocha. Professor Rocha has nominated Alan Hitt. Alan is taking bonsoir, Monsieur Hitt. Alan is taking French, and I guess he's doing extremely well because we take a French film class together. He seems to do well without having to read the subtitles that are in English. He's traveled to France, and he is regaling us with his adventures, and he's an example and a testimony to Peggy's good teaching, but also his skills at being a wonderful learner. Professor Hitt. Marissa Couts. Marissa is also taking French, and she has taken 4 semesters. So she and Alan can talk back there while they're waiting for the rest of the program. She sets an example to those around her as she's humble at the same time and a true delight, according to Peggy. She's open to all cultures and is a friend to all. Congratulations, Madame. Zara Khan is not here, but she has successfully completed a beginning with the first levels of English and gone through all the way through college English, and that's something to be celebrated. Patrick Wall is our next professor.